Merry Christmas and welcome to Val's Sweet Kitchen. A chocolate angel food cake is the perfect type of cake for a Christmas wreath cake. So preheat your oven to 325 and let's go have some fun. You start with 1 2/3 cup of egg whites, and I always separate them outside the bowl. That way, if it's gonna burst, it's gonna burst in here and not in there. You can't have any egg yolk at all, or else it won't whisk up into this nice fluffy meringue. I love meringue. I tried using the egg whites that you can buy in the store in the carton, and my cake didn't rise that much. So just use fresh eggs. And your eggshells are great for the garden. And with the egg yolks, make Marcus Waring's tart. I'll leave a link below for you. In a separate bowl, you're going to sift together all your dry ingredients. That's 3/4 cup of cake flour, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, and 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Going to make the chocolate extra sweet. Sifting your dry ingredients gets out all the lumps and really mixes it well. Now I like to sift it twice. That way I'm extra sure and I'm going to get a nice crumb. All right, so whisk the egg whites to nice soft peaks. See the mountain? That's the mountain peak. And whisk in a teaspoon of vanilla. The vanilla is going to enhance the chocolate flavor. You're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar, but add it very slowly. That gives the sugar granules time to dissolve into the meringue. Oh, and when you start, make sure your bowl and all your equipment is super, super, super clean. Otherwise, it won't whisk up into this wonderful meringue. So, you're gonna add this very slowly, and I use a tablespoon. That makes me add it slower and slows me down. And there you go, stiff peaks. See, that's the mountain peak. So, now we're going to fold in our dry ingredients into our delicious meringue. I love meringue. You fold in 1/3 at a time, and I use a balloon whisk because it helps fold it in without deflating the air. We just whisked a whole bunch of air in here, and the air, when it heats up in the oven, is going to expand, and that's what's going to make the cake rise. Imagine doing this before stand mixers. And then you need your tube pan. And you just pour it in dollops. Even it out and make sure there's not any big air bubbles. I'm just taking a skewer. That looks pretty. And then bake for 40 to 45 minutes or until a skewer comes out clean. And move your racks to the bottom to center your cake in the oven. And turn it upside down and let it cool in the pan for about an hour. It should take about an hour. Man, I got a good rise. This is so cool. So after it's cooled all the way down, you're just going to take a knife and run it around the edge. And then you're going to run it around the middle as well. You don't want to grease this before you bake it because it needs the side of the pan to crawl up and use to rise. Now, you can just put chocolate whipped cream on this and call it a day. But I'm going to pipe on some easy buttercream that I whipped up. And I left the link below. I'm going to pipe it onto the sides and then we'll decorate the top. I want 3 colors of green. So I'm going to take some leaf green. Oh, that's a teal. Oh, I mixed up my caps. Oops. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's put some Kelly green in. And then we'll try different shades of green and a different combination. It's the creativity that's so fun. I like to start with a solid green background. Then I use 2 different leaf tips, a large leaf tip and 2 smaller ones. It adds variety to my wreath, and I just love piping. Now to glaze the raspberries, I'm just taking a couple of tablespoons of apricot jam and a couple of tablespoons of sugar. You just heat it to 230 degrees. And then I'll brush it on. And add some twinkling stars during this joyous holiday. And there you go. Isn't that great? Creativity. That's what I love about baking. I hope you had fun today. If you did, give it a like, thumbs up, and boop that bell.